what reason how many reasons you have to explain for what? To explain for what?
The first reason is we always observing people. I mean, we always predict what people will do.
Yeah.
That's why we need. But that's the first reason. We always watching people. But our prediction, because our prediction only based on intuition, but that is not enough. We should support our prediction with both intuition and a systematic study of, as you can say, is a scientific evidence to improve your predictive ability. That's only two reasons.
Okay. So suppose that you are in an organization, you put up some staff, and then you face a very angry customer.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know that you are here just to satisfy their need. In that case, would you use intuition or systematic study when you face such a client or customer?
Yeah, thank you. And because in that case, maybe your intuition will tell you that he's angry. That means, maybe you have to give him more benefit. But maybe when you learn or you read about the research or study and show up when clients show you that he angry, he just want to put more pressure on you because you know about that side. You will not be dismissed by him. Yeah. Okay. Is that okay?
Okay, I'm a little bit concerned about predicting the behavior of someone. My first question, do you think it's really possible for anybody to predict the behavior of someone if these people are trying to hide his true behavior? It's possible for this person. If I know that I'm observed by my manager or by someone else, I will hide my true personality and show you what you need to do, and maybe you can be lost in your prediction. What do you think about it?
I think it also depends on the predictive ability of the observer. But I think no one can hide all of their side. Even if you hide like this, the side will also have an element. Maybe your attitude, maybe. But it depends on the reading ability of the observer. If he is a good reading, and if you hide it, maybe you will know that you are scared. You're scared. Is there any question?
Okay, I'm
You show us that it is important to complete intuition with systematic study, right?
Yeah.
Do you think even with this 2 point of intuition and systematic study, we can predict human behavior?
Excuse me, can you a little more specific?
Even we complete intuition with systematic study, it is enough to predict human behavior.
I think that in organization behavior, there's nothing absolute. Maybe, but by combine both intuition and a systematic approach, you will get a better decision. You will make better decision. But you can say that I'm always wrong because I have both intuition and both systematic approach. I won't go away. I won't way right. I'm sorry. I won't way right because we are not alike. Maybe something is true to you is not true to me, right? But at least by make a decision based on both intuition and evidence, scientific evidence, you will have a better decision. Okay, time.
So this example applies to a love couple, right?
Okay.
But what do you do in a company if you are happy with your employees? I don't think you can apply. Can you give it like a short example?
You can in the company?
Step.
You mean the example at the company?
Yeah.
Maybe like this. If I am a manager, I think that I am a good manager. It's my intuition, but I don't know if the other employee think that I am a good manager too. So I need a proof. I need evidence. So maybe I will give all of the people some questionnaire, or maybe company will do it for me, and that from that questionnaire, company will know if I am a good manager or not, and that give me feedback, something like that, and I will know from the evidence I am a good manager or not.
But sometimes feedbacks doesn't really matters really.
Sometimes.
Just most of the time, I guess.
There are some things you cannot always measure with questions and questionnaire. Probably my question would be how you imply this idea of intuition and systematic study in your own self, in your own behavior, everyday activities. How you use it yourself on your own example. Because this is a bit confusing in general for me, to tell the truth.
Well, I think that because every day I think that it's very important, because every day if you can only judge people action by intuition or by your own experience, you might be wrong. For example, now Dr. George is staring at me. Maybe my intuitions tell me that, oh, maybe I'm wrong. But if I read a paper, tell me that when a doctor just staring at you when you make a presentation, he's just watching you. He's just thinking of a question. It doesn't mean you are wrong. That's an example. Yeah.
Intuition often comes from belief, from value. So how can I assess that in my decision? Like I can make a judgment. So if I believe in my intuition, like, okay, I think you are this kind of person, it should be my belief, but it shouldn't be true. How can you manage that risk? Okay, you say that when you complete, you can put the intuition and the systematic study just to predict, the behavior. So, in the fact that we know that intuition can come from our beliefs, okay, it's kind of risk that my intuition can be false. How can I manage this risk?
That's why I say you have to not only use intuition, you also need to use evidence. If the evidence show that that's wrong, you can avoid the risk.
I want to add something for your side, right? Intuition is not come from that what you believe, but what you think. So the observer observes that what he has previously conceptualized. I don't know if you agree.
No, maybe not in your first argument, like intuition doesn't come from belief, so it's hard for me to.
You said that it comes from to believe.
It's coming beliefs. So things in which I believe.
Things in when you believe.
Yeah,
but you can think. Believe is not intuition. You have to believe after finishing to get a proof of the idea.
No, I'm not telling that intuition. I said that intuition can come from.
Can come.
My belief, yeah.
Can come. Can come.
Yeah, my
But
belief.
not come.
The education I received since I was a child.
I can be agree with you if intuition can come from, but not can from.
Can you explain the difference? You said the belief, there is an argument now that the intuition comes from the belief, and you said the intuition comes from thinking. I guess we would really need to have a different understanding. What do you guys mean by belief, and what do you mean by thinking? Because for me it is about the same thing, I think.
So, and I have one something.
Oh, I may take it, but not really.
Other question? Because your intuition just don't have evidence. So how you check that your intuition is right? You have to twist something else. You twist your business.
I think that
How to check it?
this by evidence, I think that's information. If you get enough
No,
information,
intuition don't have evidence. Just your opinion.
opinion.
Yeah.
It depends on my feeling, it depends on my characteristics, it depends on my experience. For example, for the same situation,
Bad luck for a very
maybe Dr. Shaw has
complicated and
experience
confusing question.
that situation, he knows the way to solve it. But this is the first time
But
I
the
experience.
experiment does mean it's right in this
The
case, but
question
not right
itself
in
is
that
very
case. It's
confusing.
not full.
The question
Just
itself
based
is
on
very
a
confusing.
case. That's all.
I mean that in our life,
So
there are a lot.
So I mean, I asked that how to check that your intuition is good, is right, because if wrong, we treat even if it's really not.
Please check it. That's,
So
that's
let me add something.
Evidence that proves the
if you can find out evidence, right, you can check it. But if you can't find evidence, I mean, for example, if you don't learn enough to know about that evidence, then you okay.
So I got a question, and Billy, I've been thinking, but I'm not confident. Okay.
Do you think we can use the intuition like a rational tools to make a decision?
I remember.
Can we use the intuition like a rational tools to make decision?
I remember men told you before, nothing is rational. Nothing is rational in administration. Depending on the style of management we use to manage people inside of the organization.
Nothing is absolute. There's not absolute rule in organizational behavior. Something is right in this situation doesn't mean it's right in another situation, but at least by combine both intuition and evidence, scientific evidence, we will come up with a better decision. We will know what we should do in this situation.
So much we have to finish.
Sorry, but we are out of time. So,